All right, let's get those suitcases ready.
Oh, yeah.
Because today we are diving deep into exploring a new city.
Sounds good.
Specifically with tips tailored for you, our senior traveler.
That's right. And we're not just like skimming the surface here.
Exactly.
We're going like beyond the typical advice
Yeah.
to uncover those like golden nuggets that can truly elevate your travel experience.
I love that golden nuggets. Okay.
Yeah.
So our compass for this journey,
All right.
a blog post from Wanderlust Over 70,
Okay.
aptly titled, How to Explore a New City with Tips. Now, I know there are tons of travel blogs out there.
For sure.
But this one caught my eye because it's not just about sightseeing.
Yeah.
It's about truly immersing yourself in a new city's culture and vibe.
I like that.
All while keeping things comfortable and enjoyable for our seasoned explorers.
That's key. You know what's fascinating here is that they go beyond the generic visit this landmark recommendations.
Right?
They get into the nitty-gritty details that can make or break a trip for seasoned travelers.
Yes.
Like choosing the right accommodations for accessibility and comfort.
Okay, so let's jump right in. Their first point is all about planning, but with a twist. Plan, but stay flexible, which I love. Of course, pre-trip research is key.
Yeah.
Scoping out attractions, transportation, maybe even snagging those senior discounts.
Oh, yeah. And don't underestimate the value of looking for senior-specific tours and activities.
Oh, tell me more.
You know, many cities offer experiences tailored to different interests and pacing.
Okay.
Imagine a historical walking tour designed with comfortable seating areas along the way, or a cooking class focusing on regional cuisine,
I liked it.
adapted for various mobility levels.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Experience is curated for you, but as the blog cleverly points out, holding on to that itinerary too tightly
Right.
can actually make you miss out on those magical, spontaneous moments
Yes.
that often become the most memorable parts of a trip.
Absolutely. Remember that time we stumbled upon that incredible jazz club in New Orleans just by wandering off the main street?
Oh, yeah?
If we had been glued to our plan, we would have missed out on that incredible night.
Oh, totally. That's why I love the blog's reminder to always have a route back to your accommodations in mind. You can wander with confidence,
Yeah.
knowing you won't get lost in the maze of a new city. It's about striking that perfect balance, being prepared, but also open to those serendipitous detours
Right.
to make travel so exciting.
Speaking of preparation, let's talk about choosing the right home base.
Okay.
The blog stresses the importance of location centrally located to transportation and attractions.
Yeah,
And of course, senior-friendly amenities are a must.
totally. Elevators, comfortable seating area.
For sure.
Maybe even a complimentary breakfast or shuttle service.
Yes.
These little details can make a world of difference
Absolutely.
in your overall comfort and enjoyment.
And you know it's worth going a step further when researching accommodations?
Okay.
Websites like seniortrip.com or even using specific filters on popular booking sites
Yeah.
can help you pinpoint hotels or rentals with features like grab bars and bathrooms,
Oh.
on-site restaurants with senior-friendly menus, and detailed accessibility information.
Oh, that's a game changer. I
Yeah,
wouldn't have even thought of that. It's like having a secret weapon for finding the perfect place to rest and recharge after a day of exploring.
right.
And you know what else I found super helpful in the blog? Their emphasis on checking for reviews,
Yes.
specifically from other senior travelers.
Because let's be honest, they're the ones who truly understand the nuances and needs.
Yeah,
That might not even cross the minds of younger reviewers.
exactly. They've been there, done that, and their insights are invaluable.
Absolutely.
Now let's talk about getting around like a pro.
All right.
Our blog post highlights a variety of transportation options from public transit with those lovely senior discounts and priority seating, might I add,
Of course.
to taxis and ride shares for those sure hops.
Don't forget those iconic hop-on, hop-off buses for a fantastic overview of the city.
Yeah, those are fun.
And for a more immersive experience, guided walking tours can be fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Especially those specifically designed for seniors with comfortable pacing and frequent breaks.
So many options to choose from.
Right.
We personally love using public transportation when exploring a new city. It's like you're plugged into the city's heartbeat. You see the locals going about their day, maybe even overhear some interesting conversations. It's a real slice of life experience.
You know, that reminds me of a time I was in Rome riding the bus.
Okay.
An older gentleman, noticing my puzzled expression at a particular stop,
Yep.
leaned over and in broken English pointed out a hidden gem.
Wow.
A tiny bakery tucked away on a side street,
Okay.
famous for its incredible cannoli.
Oh, my gosh.
That unexpected interaction, made possible by simply riding the bus,
Oh, wow.
turned into one of my most cherished travel memories.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
See, that's the magic of public transit, but as our trusty blog points out, it's wise to be mindful of your belongings.
Yeah.
Especially in crowded areas, a little vigilance goes a long way.
Absolutely. And speaking of safety and comfort, if you have any mobility challenges, don't let that stop you from exploring.
Oh, for sure.
Renting a mobility scooter or wheelchair can be a game changer, allowing you to navigate the city with ease and comfort.
I love that accessibility should never be a barrier to experiencing the joy of travel.
Right.
Now, let's delve into some practical safety tips that the blog emphasizes, because a well-prepared traveler is a confident traveler, right?
Definitely. Always carry a map or use GPS on your phone to avoid getting lost. Keep your belongings secure and be aware of your surroundings, especially in crowded areas.
Right.
Hydration is key. Always have a bottle of water handy.
Good point.
And when it comes to packing, comfort is king.
Oh, for sure.
Comfortable shoes are a must-have.
Couldn't agree. More blisters are the enemy of exploration.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of packing essentials, I always add a photocopy of my passport and insurance card to my bag, just in case.
Smart.
And keeping digital copies on a secure cloud service is a smart move, too.
Excellent additions. It's all about minimizing those what-if worries and traveling with peace of mind.
Right.
And to further enhance your safety net,
Okay.
the blog recommends sharing your itinerary with a trusted contact back home and checking in regularly.
Good idea.
It's always good to have someone in the loop, just in case.
Now, for one of my favorite parts, engaging with the local culture, this is where the Wanderlust Over 70 blog truly shines.
I agree.
They emphasize the joy of cultural immersion, trying local cuisine, checking out those vibrant markets, attending cultural events, even suggesting senior-friendly cooking classes or historical lectures.
It's about going beyond the tourist facade and really connecting with the heart and soul of the city.
Yeah.
Imagine participating in a traditional tea ceremony in Japan
Ooh.
or learning to tango from a local expert in Argentina. Those are the experiences that create lasting memories
Absolutely.
and enrich your understanding of the world.
And I love how the blog encourages us to venture beyond those hotel meals and seek out those must-try local spots recommended by people who know the city best.
Yes.
Those hidden gems that you won't find in any guidebook.
You know, a simple question like, what's your favorite place to grab lunch, can unlock a treasure trove of authentic culinary experiences.
Oh, I love that.
I remember being in Lisbon, and after striking up a conversation with a friendly shopkeeper,
Oh, nice.
I was led to this incredible family-run restaurant tucked away in a charming alleyway.
Wow.
Their seafood stew was absolutely divine, a true taste of Lisbon that I would have never found on my own.
Oh, I love those kinds of discoveries. But as our blog wisely reminds us, it's always smart to be mindful of food safety,
Yes.
especially when trying new cuisines. Checking online reviews for restaurants that prioritize hygiene and food handling practices is always a good idea.
And don't hesitate to ask questions about ingredients or preparation methods.
Right.
If you're unsure about something, remember, communication is key, and it's always better to err on the side of caution when it comes to your well-being.
Speaking of helpful resources, let's talk about technology. The blog gives a shout out to some classics: Google Maps, Yelp, TripAdvisor,
Oh, yeah?
and translation apps if you need them.
Good ones.
But they also suggest exploring travel apps specifically designed for seniors.
Oh, interesting.
These can be super helpful for things like medication reminders, emergency contact access, and even finding senior-friendly restrooms.
Don't underestimate the power of technology.
Yeah,
It can truly enhance your travel experience and provide that extra layer of support and convenience, especially when navigating a new city.
for sure.
And of course, technology is fantastic for staying connected with loved ones back home, sharing your travel photos, and documenting your experiences.
Speaking of companionship, the blog suggests joining a senior travel group or traveling with companions for an enhanced experience and safety.
That makes sense.
It's always nice to have someone to share those special moments with, right?
Absolutely. But even if you're traveling solo, there are so many ways to connect with others and create those shared memories.
Yeah.
Participating in group activities or tours can be a fantastic way to meet like-minded people and make you friends.
You know, it would be so much fun, a podcast club meetup in the listener's destination city.
Oh, fun.
Imagine all the fascinating conversations we could have, sharing travel stories and tips.
I like it.
But for now, let's shift gears a bit and talk about pacing and souvenir smarts, because these are two areas where Wanderlust Over 70 offers some invaluable advice.
The blog reminds us to pace ourselves.
Yeah.
Scheduling breaks and focusing on quality experiences over quantity.
Yes.
It's not about checking off a list. It's about savoring each moment
Right.
and truly immersing yourself in the destination.
Exactly. It's about listening to your body, adjusting your itinerary as needed, and not being afraid to take a rest day. Travel is meant to be enjoyable, not exhausting.
And to capture those precious memories, the blog suggests photos and journaling,
Oh, yeah.
even providing creative prompts to make your travel journaling more engaging.
I love that.
It's a fantastic way to reflect on your experiences, capture your thoughts and feelings, and create a lasting record of your adventure.
I love those prompts. Things like, what surprised you most today, or what made you laugh? can spark some really insightful and entertaining reflections.
Right.
And speaking of souvenirs, the blog offers a word of caution.
Okay.
Choose wisely, respect local cultures and traditions, and definitely steer clear of anything illegal.
It's about finding those authentic treasures that speak to your heart and remind you of the unique experiences you had.
Yes.
Not just grabbing the first trinket you see.
Right.
And sometimes the best souvenirs aren't even objects.
Oh, I like that.
They're the memories you create, the stories you collect, and the connections you make along the way.
So true. And finally, let's talk about venturing off the beaten path.
Right.
Because Wanderlust Over 70 really encourages us to explore beyond the main attractions, to seek out those hidden gems.
Yes.
And unexpected experiences that make a trip truly unforgettable.
I love that.
But as with any adventure, a little caution is always wise, right?
Absolutely. Prioritizing safety, especially in unfamiliar areas, is paramount. Let someone know where you're going. Stick to well-lit and populated areas.
Yeah.
And consider joining a group tour if you're feeling unsure. It's all about balancing that thirst for exploration with a healthy dose of common sense.
Great advice. So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, what are some key takeaways for you, our listener?
I'd say the biggest one is that exploring a new city as a senior can be an incredibly rewarding and fulfilling adventure. With a bit of planning, a sense of adventure, and a focus on safety and comfort, you can create unforgettable memories that will last a lifetime, but there's so much more to uncover.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Join us in part 2, where we'll delve even deeper into the wisdom of Wanderlust Over 70 and unlock even more secrets to navigating a new city like a seasoned pro.
Sounds great.
Hi, this is Roberta Hill, and thanks for listening to this podcast with our hosts, Dave and Jan. You may have noticed that I have shortened the name of the podcast to Wanderlust Over 70. I think it's a little catchier and a little easier to remember. Anyway, please enjoy the podcast, and you can always find all the material at robertahill.com and now on Substack at Roberta Hill.
Welcome back to our deep dive into exploring a new city. I'm excited to continue unpacking these fantastic tips from Wanderlust Over 70.
Me too. Last time we were talking about venturing off the beaten path.
Yeah.
And I know that can sound a little daunting.
Right.
Especially in an unfamiliar city. But I think Wanderlust Over 70 makes a really important point.
Okay.
It's about finding that balance between exploration and safety.
Exactly. It's not about throwing caution to the wind,
Right.
but about being prepared and informed. For example, one thing I always do before venturing into a less touristy area is to check online forums or travel blogs. You can get a real sense of the neighborhood's vibe.
Oh, okay.
And any potential safety concerns from people who have actually been there.
That's so smart. It's like tapping into a network of local expert.
What's that?
Letting the hotel concierge know where I'm going.
Oh, good idea.
Especially if I'm traveling solo.
Yeah.
They often have incredible local insights and can offer advice on safe routes or areas to avoid.
That reminds me of a time I was in Istanbul, eager to explore the bustling Ram Bazaar.
Okay.
I mentioned my plans to the concierge, and he, with a knowing smile, gave me some invaluable tips.
Wow.
He suggested specific entrances to use, pointed out areas to be extra cautious of, and even recommended a few hidden gem shops that I would have completely missed otherwise.
Oh, wow.
His advice truly enhanced my experience and made me feel much more confident navigating that maze of a market.
Wow, that's a perfect example of how a little local knowledge can go a long way. And speaking of navigating a new city, let's circle back to the blog's emphasis on public transportation.
All right.
I love how they encourage seniors to embrace this mode of transportation, and not just for the cost savings.
It's about so much more than just getting from point A to point B.
Right.
It's a chance to really soak in the city's atmosphere, observe the locals, and even pick up on those quirky little details that you might miss otherwise.
It's like being a participant in the city's daily life, not just an observer. You're riding alongside the people who call this place home.
Yes.
Maybe even overhearing snippets of conversations or catching a glimpse into their routines. It's a level of immersion that you just can't get from a taxi or tour bus.
I completely agree. And often public transportation takes you to places that are off the typical tourist map.
Right.
Those hidden alleys, local markets, and residential neighborhoods where you can truly experience the city's authentic character.
Those are the discoveries that make a trip truly special. It's like the city is revealing its secrets to you one bus stop at a time. Speaking of souvenirs, let's talk about those mementos that help us capture the essence of our travels. I think Wanderlust Over 70 makes a really interesting point.
Okay.
It's not just about buying the typical tourist trinkets.
Exactly. It's about finding those little treasures that speak to your heart,
Yes.
evoke memories, and tell a story. Think about collecting postcards, ticket stubs from local events, or even pressed flowers from a beautiful park. These are the kinds of souvenirs that spark joy and transport you back to those special moments long after your trip is over.
I love that it's about creating a collection of tangible memories, each with its own unique story. And you know what else is a fantastic way to preserve those travel memories?
Tell me, I'm all ears.
Journaling. I know it might seem a little old school, but there's something so powerful about putting pen to paper and capturing your thoughts, feelings, and observations. And the blog offers some brilliant prompts to make it more engaging, like, what surprised you most today? Or, what made you laugh? These prompts can really spark some insightful and entertaining reflections.
You know, journaling doesn't have to be limited to words either.
Ooh.
You can sketch doodle paste in photos or even collect small mementos like ticket stubs or pressed flowers to create a truly personalized travel journal.
Ooh, I love that idea. It's like creating a multi-sensory scrapbook of your journey. Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about those moments when you might want to step away from the hustle and bustle of city life.
Yes, finding those pockets of peace and tranquility is so important.
Right.
Especially when you're traveling. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of exploring a new city and forget to take breaks.
Yeah.
But those moments of respite are essential for recharging and truly savoring the experience.
I couldn't agree more. It's like pressing the reset button and allowing yourself to fully absorb everything you've seen and experienced. Think about seeking out those hidden oases within the city.
Okay.
A peaceful park, a cozy cafe, a serene museum, or even a quiet corner in a library.
Those are the places where you can escape the crowds, connect with yourself, and simply be present in the moment.
And you know what else is a wonderful way to unwind and recharge?
I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Indulging in a little self-care.
Oh, nice.
Whether it's treating yourself to a massage, enjoy a leisurely afternoon tea, or simply taking a long, relaxing bath, taking care of your well-being is essential for making the most of your trip.
That's such a great point. It's easy to neglect ourselves when we're on the go, but those little acts of self-care can make a world of difference in our overall enjoyment and energy levels. Even something as simple as taking a few minutes each morning to stretch, breathe deeply, and set an intention for the day can have a profound impact.
It's all about listening to your body and giving yourself permission to rest and recharge. Remember, travel is meant to be enjoyable, not exhausting. And speaking of enjoyable experiences, let's talk about food.
All right.
Wanderlust Over 70 really encourages seniors to embrace local cuisine and savor the flavors of a new city.
It's such a fundamental part of cultural immersion. Think about it. You're not just tasting food.
Right.
You're experiencing a culture's history, traditions, and values.
It's like taking a bite out of the city's soul. And you know what else is wonderful about exploring local cuisine?
That's that.
It could be a real adventure for your taste buds. You might discover new ingredients, unexpected flavor combinations, and dishes you've never even heard of before.
It's all about embracing the unknown and allowing yourself to be surprised and delighted by the culinary treasures that await. And that's where the blog's advice about asking locals for recommendations comes in handy.
Oh, for sure.
They can point you towards those hidden gems that might not be on the typical tourist radar. Those family-run restaurants, hole-in-the-wall cafes, and street food stalls where you can truly experience the authentic flavors of the city.
I wholeheartedly agree. Those are often the most memorable meals, filled with not just delicious food, but also local stories and warm hospitality.
And remember, even if you have dietary restrictions or preferences, don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yeah, good point.
Most restaurants are happy to accommodate your needs, and you might be surprised at the creative and delicious solutions they come up with.
Absolutely. Communication is key, and it's always better to be informed and prepared. Now, let's talk about a topic that's often overlooked, but can be incredibly enriching.
Okay.
Connecting with locals, Wanderlust Over 70 really emphasizes the value of these interactions, and I couldn't agree more. It's one thing to see the sights,
Yeah.
but it's another to truly understand a city through the eyes of its people.
You know what? It's those spontaneous connections, those unexpected moments of human interaction that often create the most lasting memories. It could be a friendly chat with the barista at your favorite cafe, a conversation with a fellow passenger on the bus, or even a smile and a nod from a shopkeeper. These little moments of human connection can truly brighten your day and remind you that no matter where we go in the world, we're all connected.
I couldn't have said it better myself, and I think the blog offers some great tips for sparking those conversations with locals.
Like what?
Simple things like asking for directions, complimenting someone's outfit,
Oh, yeah.
or even just expressing your enthusiasm for their city can go a long way in breaking the ice.
Those are fantastic suggestions. And, if you're feeling a bit more adventurous, you could try learning a few basic phrases in the local language.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Even if you're not fluent, a simple hello or thank you in the local language can go a long way in showing respect and making a positive impression.
That's a great point. It's about making that effort to connect, even if it's just a small gesture. And, sometimes those seemingly small interactions can lead to something truly special.
Oh, like what?
An invitation to a local event, a recommendation for a hidden gem, or even a newfound friendship.
I remember a time I was in Kyoto, Japan, struggling to navigate the intricate bus system.
Okay.
An older woman, noticing my confusion, approached me and with a gentle smile offered to help.
Wow.
We ended up having a lovely conversation, and he not only guided me to my destination, but also shared some fascinating insights into Japanese culture and traditions. It was a chase encounter that turned into a truly enriching experience.
What a beautiful story. It's a reminder that we're all part of a global community, and even the smallest interactions can have a profound impact. And as we continue our deep dive into the wisdom of Wanderlust Over 70, I think it's important to highlight one of the most valuable takeaways,
Okay, what's that?
the importance of mindset.
Absolutely. It's not just about the practical tips and strategies, but about approaching travel with a sense of curiosity, openness, and a willingness to embrace new experiences. That's what truly makes travel so rewarding and transformative, no matter your age.
It's about stepping outside your comfort zone, challenging your assumptions, and allowing yourself to be surprised and delighted by the world around you. And I think that's a message that resonates deeply with us here at the Deep Dive. I'm struck by how this blog goes beyond just tips and tricks.
It really does. It delves into the heart of why travel matters, especially for those of us who have a bit more life experience under our belts.
Right. It's not just about seeing new places. It's about that feeling of expansion, of challenging ourselves and discovering hidden depths within us.
It reminds me of that saying, the world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page. Exploring a new city is like opening a whole new chapter full of unexpected plot twists and characters.
I love that analogy, and Wanderlust Over 70 encourages us to approach that chapter with a beginner's mind,
Yeah.
like a child seeing things for the first time, full of curiosity and wonder.
That sense of wonder is so key.
Yeah.
It allows us to appreciate the beauty in everyday moments, find joy in the simplest things, and connect with people on a deeper level.
It's easy to get stuck in routines as we get older, but travel reminds us that life is full of possibilities no matter our age.
Exactly. It's about staying curious, keeping our minds and hearts open, and never losing that thirst for knowledge and experience. And you know what else struck me about the blog?
What's that?
The emphasis on sharing those experiences with others. Whether you're traveling with loved ones, connecting with fellow travelers, or simply sharing your stories with friends and family back home, there's something powerful about passing on those memories and inspiring others to embark on their own adventures.
It's like creating a ripple effect of exploration and connection,
Yeah.
spreading that travel bug far and wide.
And if we think about it on a larger scale, travel can be a force for good in the world.
Now, that's an interesting thought. How so?
When we travel with an open mind and heart, we break down barriers and challenge stereotypes. We become ambassadors of goodwill, sharing our own perspectives and learning from others.
Wow, that's a powerful way to look at it. Like, travel has the potential to make the world a more connected and compassionate place.
Precisely. Now, as we wrap up our deep dive, I'd love to leave our listener with a question to ponder. What's one thing you've always wanted to experience in a new city? What's holding you back from taking that leap?
That's such a great question. It's easy to let those what-ifs and uncertainties hold us back, but as Wanderlust Over 70 so beautifully reminds us, life is too short to miss out on those incredible experiences that are waiting for us.
So to our listener, I say this: embrace that spirit of adventure, take that leap of faith, and go explore the world. You won't regret it.
And if you're looking for a community of like-minded explorers, a place to share your travel dreams and get inspired, be sure to check out Wanderlust Over 70. They've got a wealth of resources and a fantastic community of senior travelers who are out there living their best lives.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep sharing your adventures with the world.
Happy travels, everyone. And remember, adventure is calling. Will you answer?